How's it going, everyone? Shane Magnuson here, and we're out this morning doing a little early springer fishing, and I just wanted to go through our quick rig up. We are fishing with the new Yakima bait cut plugs, and this is how we're rigging those cut plugs. We have a 3-hook setup on here, and above those hooks we have 3 4mm beads on the 3.0 cut plug, and then we have 42 to 48 inches of 30-pound leader. And then we have that leader attached to a Yakima bait fish flash, just one of my favorite colors here. And above that fish flash, we have 15 inches of bumper leader, followed by a main line right to a good barrel swivel. Above that barrel swivel, we have our weight slider. Now this weight slider also has a bumper on it of 15 inches. And that's going to help keep us fishing just off the bottom so that it bounces real nicely. And then 50-pound braid on our rod here. So this setup is designed to kind of hug the bottom. These springers are hugging bottom nice. You're going to have your attractor, and then you're going to have your Yakima bait cut plug. And in this cut plug, we're going to take the top off, and we're going to throw some bait in there. So I have some chopped up herring here that has some super herring brine and some scent on it. And we're just going to take pieces of that chopped up herring and shove right inside that cut plug and put the lid back on. And that's going to be your trolling setup for these early springers or any early salmon you may be fishing. So with these Yakima bait cut plugs, what's nice is we can definitely stuff them with bait. And I have a couple different bait concoctions here today. Both are chopped up herring. One container has Northwest Bait and Scent super herring brine in it, and it has a little bit of our salmon scent and a little bit of our tuna belly scent. The other container has a Zilla Bait herring cure in it, and it has a little bit of salmon scent with a few drops of vanilla to sweeten it up. I like a little vanilla early in the season when the water's real cold, so it's a nice scent to add in. Those are the two baits we're working with today. With the Yakima bait cut plug, we pull the head off like so, and so you got a bait cavity there. And in that bait cavity, we're going to take some of these pieces of herring, and we're just going to shove it right down in that bait cavity. That one's a little big, we'll pick a smaller one. Right down in that bait cavity so that it's stuffed in there really well. We're going to take the head of that cut plug and stick it right back on that herring. Now, one of the important things about this is once you get that head back on there is you want to make sure that cut plug still slides freely on that line. And what that's going to do is ensure that it's going to have the best spin as it trolls through the water. So that's how we're going to bait these cut plugs with herring for these early season salmon. And I wanted to go over some hook setups on the new Yakima bait cut plug. Now this is the factory setup. These are just a double octopus hook. We got 3/0 on the 3.0 and 2/0 on the 2.5. And above these hooks, we have 3 to 4 4mm beads. And on the 2.5, we have 3mm beads. Now those beads are real important. Those beads are what that bait's going to spin on and be nice and tight next to those hooks. This setup is what we've tested all these cut plugs on, and it's been a very effective setup and is going to work for you day in and day out. Another setup I really like is the 3-hook setup. Now this is 3 1/0 hooks. These are big river hooks. And again, you got your 4mm beads for the 3.0. And that 3-hook setup really does well sinking into those fish. They're a little bit smaller hooks, and it sews up those fish really nice. The last setup is the 2.5. We have a double treble setup. Now, we got 2 number 4 trebles, some tubing, and your 3mm beads on that 2.5. And that has been a very effective setup also for your trolling if you want to run trebles. So those are your three main hook setups, the factory and two other setups that have been working really, really well.